Welcome to the Subliminal Power Tutor. I'm very excited to walk you through this software today, show you what's brand new in version 2 and give you an overview of how it'll work, how easy it is to use and how you can use it right now today to help you achieve some of your goals. So first of all, a quick history. We've been selling Subliminal Power for over 9 years. Since that time we've acquired over 70,000 users and we've had testimonials pouring all over the world to state how well Subliminal Power has helped people achieve their goals. So what is it and how does it work? Well, it's a subliminal messaging app. It turns every second that you spend on your PC into an opportunity to expose your mind to the positive affirmations and goals you wish to achieve in your life. Now it's very simple. Your brain simply reflects the environment to which it's exposed. You know, sometimes you're listening to the radio and maybe you've got it turned down low and you start humming a tune. You're not really sure where you've heard that tune before. Turns out if you go back to the radio, turn up the volume, it's on right now. You weren't actually consciously aware that the tune was playing, but your subconscious mind picked it up. In much the same way that you might sort of look in the mirror, psych yourself up for the day, say today's going to be a great day, today I'm going to be motivated at work. This is a piece of software that does that, but instead of just looking in the mirror and saying that maybe 1 or 2 times a day to yourself, it does it tens of thousands of times per day. But it does it in such a way that you can continue to use your PC as normal, you don't notice the software is working, it's just there, it's in the background, and the messages are displaying so quickly that it's getting into the subconscious part of your brain, and your habits, your behaviors are reforming around those messages as a direct result. It's a little piece of software that allows all of that to happen. Now in version 1 we simply had a subliminal program section. Okay, it had a few dozen programs that we believed at the time people would represent the most common goals. And since then we've created over 400 programs for version 2 based on real user feedback, based on the most common goals that people wish to achieve, the most common fears they wish to crush, the most common habits and traits they wish to install. We've also incorporated brainwave music. Okay, brainwave entrainment, as it's called, is a way to synchronize your brain to a certain programming so that it allows you to be more relaxed, be more focused, be more motivated. Whatever it is that you wish to achieve, we have specific sessions to achieve that. We also have brain training videos and subliminal moves. I'm going to cover all of that ground in this video. First of all, let's delve right into the heart of the program, the subliminal messaging capabilities. Now this is such an easy piece of software to use. Everything's point and click. There's no guesswork. You don't have to write your own subliminal programs. You can do so if you want. There's a full editing suite built right in. But for non-experts, people who just have simple goals they wish to achieve, it's very, very easy to achieve them with this software. So we'll go ahead and click select programs. Again, we said there's over 400 programs. You can see there's 405 in actuality, and they cover so much ground. It's actually quite ridiculous how in-depth these programs are. By default everything's deselected, but you can go in, you can choose as many programs as you want and they will overlay with each other and they'll randomize between those programs to give you an equal weight to achieve all of those goals that you've selected. Let's run through some of the programs now and see what we're covering. So we've got a full brain power section. This is everything from boosting creativity to increasing genius, to being better at math, to activating whole brain thinking. There's a lot within that that allows you to increase your intelligence centers and obviously use that towards any goal, whether it's business, professional, personal, whatever. We have a specific business section. Okay, a lot of the people who use this program are CEOs of companies. Maybe they're starting their own company. Maybe they work in a high-powered environment at their jobs. They wish to perform better. There are specific programs within this for attracting more wealth, for believing in yourself, for getting a good work-life balance, for becoming a better salesperson, for finding your dream job in the first place, for being competitive. There's so many different sections within that. The time management section also is especially useful for a lot of people. We have a dreams and spirituality section to help you connect with that side of yourself. We have fears and phobias. A lot of people are shy. A lot of people, they can't speak publicly. A lot of people suffer from all of these weird and interesting little fears that they're not even sure are there, but they're there, and they take over certain aspects of your life, and they prevent you from achieving goals. We have the most comprehensive fears and phobias section I've ever seen of any therapy tool available. For example, fear of bridges, fear of blood, fear of clowns, very, very specific programs, as well as very common ones, for example, panic attacks, stuttering, releasing any fear. It doesn't matter what fear it is, we're going to have you covered there. Habits and addictions, sort of similar to the fears and the phobias. You know, a lot of people have bad habits that prevent them from doing things well, from successfully achieving things. So, for example, breaking any bad habit is there, beating any addiction is there, beating road rage is there, beating substance abuse is there. There's so many programs within that. Healthy body, you know, there's no point of having success in other areas of your life if you're not attuned to the things that you need to do to keep your body in tip-top shape. We have everything there, from boosting your immunity to becoming your ideal weight. Now, you may think to yourself, how is it possible for a piece of software to transform me physically? Well, it all starts in your mind. For example, if you're more attracted to healthy foods, then naturally you're going to gravitate towards the foods that are going to give you that healthy physique. This allows you to change your programming so that happens. Let's scroll down. You can see healthy mind, beating various different types of depression. Being if you're a woman, there are specific programs for that particular gender as well as for men. So we've got you both covered there. Illness and pain relief, even love and relationships, allowing you to connect with people on deeper levels. And this isn't just personally, but also professionally, allowing you to gain rapport with people, and all the things that push you closer towards whatever form of success it is you're looking for in your life. Let's go down. There's personal development. Help you achieving goals, attract success, be assertive, be funny, attract luck, attract health, sleep and relaxation. Obviously, there's way too many programs for us to cover off in this short video, but let's have a look what each of those programs actually means. So there's 405 programs. What does that mean? What is a program? Well, if we click on this little icon next to the program, you'll see each one contains a collection of subliminal messages that represent that particular goal. So be a mathematical genius. Okay, here's some of the subliminal messages they're going to display on the screen. Math is easy for me. I can solve problems quickly. It's easy for me to solve equations. What happens when we turn that on? Let's go back. Let's select this program and let's hit turn on. Now you'll see in the middle of the screen we have messages. I've set these by default at a level for you to see the messages in the video. Now, obviously, for subliminal messages to work, we need to speed them up significantly, so it's not getting in the way of your regular PC usage, but your subliminal mind is absorbing these messages, and it's super easy to do. I'm just going to go ahead and turn those off. I'm going to hit back, and I'm going to go and customize the messages. Now you'll see, first of all, we can select where we want those messages to appear on the screen. Now I always have them centered in front of the active window, because that way my eyes are perfectly positioned to see the messages. This is a brand new feature in version 2. It allows us to center it on the active window. If we hit next, we can drill down into the specific fonts. Now this isn't too important, but if we keep it small, it stops getting in the way of everything we're doing. We can also set the visibility right down, okay, so as faint as possible. Again, our subconscious mind's going to see that. It's taking in all the information, thousands and thousands of variables from our environment every single millisecond of every single day, and it's going to take this information and it's going to use it to activate new personalities, new habits, new traits. We're going to click next. You see at the moment I have a long polling time. That means the flashing on the screen, it's going to stay on the screen for quite a while. That's 700 milliseconds, but we can drag that down and we can take that all the way down to a single millisecond. Okay, so the shorter you have it, the less likely you are to see the message on the screen, but you're still going to be picking up that information. I typically set it about between 1 and 35 milliseconds, and the frequency I'll probably have every half of a second. If we hit next, that's it. The programs are set. So you can jump back in, you can select as many different programs as you wish. It's so easy to use, you just click the checkbox next to it. Now let's say you want to create your own program. That's easy too. Select the program. Maybe you've got a specific goal. You know, maybe you've got a fear of heights. Okay, so I'm just going to type in there fear of heights, We actually already have this program built in, so I'm just going to say Fear of Heights number 2. I can click Next and Edit. Add the messages there. And you can just add a message. So I love heights. Let's say that, for example. I'll just put that in bold. And there's my message. Okay, so I can click Next. And there's my custom program. So I'm going to deselect all, and I'm going to go back just so that we can actually see the messages in effect, centered on the screen. I'm going to put that as opaque as possible so we can actually see it, and set a very long polling time, so it's going to show up in this video, and turn on. And you'll see, because I have the math program selected as well, it's actually going to put those two, combine those two programs together, and help me achieve exactly what it is that I've selected. If I go back to select programs and take off the Math Genius and select Fear of Heights, hit Next, turn that on, you'll see that my message there, I love heights, flashes. Obviously I've only set one message at the moment, so it's only going to show one. But still, you'll see how simple that is. And every single one of these programs has multiple messages which are very specific to the program. So, for example, let's just select Start a New Job. You know, I'm able to focus on my new job. I can get to know my new colleagues. I'm a hard worker who can easily fit in the very specific, expertly written programs, no guesswork whatsoever. So, very simple to use. You can also edit anything. And new for version 2 is the ability to drag and drop images into the program. Now, in version 1, it was just text-based. Text-based images are very, very effective. But, you know, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, a picture affirmation is worth 1,000 affirmations. So I'm just going to drag an image from my desktop. Got a bowl of fruit there. I'm just going to drag and drop that in. We can move that wherever we want. And now that image is going to represent a part of our Subliminal program. So if I, for example, go back to my custom message and drag and drop that in, you'll see we've got an image there. I'll hit Next. I will turn that on, and you'll see I've got Love Heights, and you've got this image. Okay. If we go back and select the, hit Next here, and customize the messages, you'll see I can turn that as faint as possible and turn it back on. You'll still see the images in the center, and you see the images themselves are faint also, so even the images are not getting in the way of your regular PC usage. Now, we'll go back home. Let's take a look at some of the more advanced features of Subliminal Power 2 that are unheard of in any competitive product. This is brand new. This is the only application we've ever developed that incorporates every element of success programming that we know of. So we go further than subliminal programming. We go into brainwave entrainment. Let's take a look at brainwave music. Now, brainwave music is interesting. It uses something called binaural beats. The concept is that it feeds certain frequencies into your brain that your brain resonates with on a very scientific level. I know this sounds, really interesting, really sort of, we're throwing in all of these scientific terms, but it's a very scientific process using sound that attunes your brain to certain types of frequencies that psychologists, scientists, neuroscientists have found and studied that represent certain states of mind and states of being. So, for example, you'll wake up in the morning, you're in what is known as a beta alpha going into a beta stage of brainwave activity, and what that means is your brain is gearing up, it's getting alert. So we've created brainwave music that represents that exact brainwave state. It puts you into that state, so as you're waking up you want to feel more alert, just turn on the brainwave state. And that's it, it's playing now, it's playing there in the background. If you've got a pair of headphones whilst you're using your PC as regular during work, you want to feel more alert, more awake, just jump in and select whatever it is you want. Energy, thinking for sharper, clearer thinking, focus. If you've got a piece of work and a deadline you absolutely need to focus on, there it is. Maybe it's the end of the day, maybe it's the evening, you want to relax, unwind, we have an option for that. You can overlay that as you're playing the program, and when you actually minimize the program, the music will continue to play until you turn it off, so it's really, really effective. We also have this option called brain training. Now, Subliminal Power 2 is really about reinforcing the automatic behavior patterns that make you think and feel in certain ways that attune you towards success. But in addition to that, we wanted to present to you some of the practical, logical things that you can learn from other people who have achieved the sorts of success that you wish to achieve yourself, and to put those principles into everyday conscious waking life. So we've created this brain training section. You can see from all of the people we have in here, Steve Jobs, one of the best presentations I've ever heard in my life. His Stanford address, that's built into the program. We have Tony Robbins up there. Some of these people paid hundreds and hundreds of dollars to be at these seminars where this information is shared on stage. It's all built into the program. We're going to scroll down. Let's take a look at the kinds of people we have here. Tim Ferriss, author of the 4-Hour Workweek, an excellent, very modern, very practical way to live your life. He's sharing his ideas, his principles on stage, built right into the program. There's another one from Tim down there.